but it's so hard.
There we go. It's going.
Okay. Hello, howdy. Do you even have a name?
Wait, do we want like very quiet
the
background
bus
music?
stop.
Yeah, that's right, the bus stop.
That's
Sounded
right.
like I was wailing. I'm sorry.
Alright, hey, thanks for tuning in. Just a quick disclaimer. We know absolutely nothing. So, yeah, this is just a little insight into, the minds of some 17, 16, soon to be 18-year-old Australian gals. And, so take everything with a grain of salt.
Maybe a bag of salt.
Maybe a bag of salt. Okay, we'll be a little bit more generous. Maybe a bag of salt. But yeah, hope you enjoy.
Just before we decided to record, we were talking about culture.
And specifically Australia's lack thereof.
Yes, exactly.
And
In terms of like culture that you could, I guess, show off, if that makes sense.
Australia isn't one of them.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
It's
like,
just.
oh my god, we eat meat pies.
that's
Is
pretty
that an
solid.
actual?
I didn't though.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Call me uncultured
Sorry.
slut.
Uncultured slut.
I didn't know meat pies were an Australian thing.
I mean, it's kind of a Kiwi thing as well.
like
I
oh my
feel like
gosh.
Kiwis just steal everything that's Australian.
The
not be
times
like-
a particular person talks about Jimmy's pies in New Zealand makes me want to pull my hair out.
Oh my
saying.
God.
like, is it because in America pies are just really fruit based?
Yeah,
dessert pies.
But I feel like a meat pie would be kind of gives me British vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because Australia's such a
cottage
weird
pie.
mix.
Yeah.
Of,
Exactly.
I
Shepherd's
think
pie.
yeah.
Yeah, shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie's
But yeah, I feel like it's just kind of like it's a lot of things that have been. I mean, we do come from a majority
Yeah, that's-
British coming to Australia,
Yeah.
so a lot of our
True.
culture will be just stolen from
yeah.
another place and just boganized.
Yeah. That's so weird. Yeah. But
Great word, big and
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. But before we were talking about the whole when these two lasses, Nicola and Adele, were in Japan.
Ow!
The
Sorry.
things they saw, the things they experienced.
So, is this a podcast?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I don't know. We're like talking. Chris,
We're just
well,
talking.
It's not you, but it's like a person, but we should just be having a conversation.
Yeah.
Because okay.
I can't brush my own hair.
It's a
You're doing great,
trial
amazing.
and error. We'll try. So what when you were in Japan?
so formal.
sorry.
This is how you talk when we like.
meant to be
this
like
is
a
how you
normal
talk at ADS
conversation.
camp.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's just
I
like,
like
I
it.
guess if we're
Formal
gonna
conversation.
try and listen back to it, and if we have like
That's true.
a lot of
that's
a lot of conversation going on at once, then
back
it's a
is
little
really
bit hard. But
Can I
but
deep
one-
point your plant, please?
Maybe don't do
go
that.
for it.
But the thing that I was really just like, about with the whole friggin' with the naked anime ladies
Bro, that
on
is
shirts.
so funny.
Why do they have to be? Why do they have to be in school uniforms? And why it's
Yeah.
sexualizing children?
it really is.
I don't get, even just like people, I don't know, like people with people on their shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a
Conversation.
little illustration kind of thing.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
like a
see,
cute
like,
little fun-
Or it's like merch.
No, there's like a photo of like a girl holding a surfboard, but she's facing backwards.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? What is that?
What is the? I don't. What is
But
the
like I
appeal?
met a girl and she worked with me and like she had a boyfriend, like a very long term boyfriend, and like what she got for his birthday was a pair of underwear with his face on it.
What the? Fuck?
And I'm like,
Why?
why?
It has to be as a joke, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like
Surely.
still.
So can we just agree that putting people, especially real people,
That's
on
just
your
draw the line
clothing
there.
is just not okay.
Especially when they have minimal clothing, you're walking around with a little girl, you have a wife.
That-
Don't put like, and why like a motorbike? Like,
It's
just-
yeah. Why?
motorbike.
Why actually is that? I've got a motorbike on my shirt, but there's no naked woman.
but
on
there's,
it. It's just a
they're
man.
wearing protective
Great.
clothing. That's another thing.
Yeah.
It's portraying.
Yeah.
Like
whole-
you
just see
that's a
them
hate
now.
speech.
especially when it's been sexualized and when it's the sexualization, like
It's
as an
never
example
gonna look
in
at a
Japan,
motorbike the same
of
way.
children,
Teenagers.
things associated with children, underage
Yeah,
people.
that
Quite
is so.
disgusting.
Because this is what blows my mind. Because when you think of Japan, right, you think, oh, they're like really quiet. They're respectful people. They're this.
But also
you know,
they have this whole
but then this-
culture, like
Of these freaking
Not
know
okay
why,
in
though?
Japan.
Yeah, but it's just like
It's
a
not
tiny
Japan.
thing.
Great,
Yeah.
Jess.
But there is a small a large minority.
Yeah, and I mean it's present in every country. I guess it was just unexpected
Yeah.
to see it so prevalent in Japan.
Yeah.
and-
But do you know why
Yeah.
though?
No.
It's because pornography was banned and prohibited, like real pornography, so they decided to animate it. Because you can't ban something that's not
very
real.
interesting.
Yeah. And so that's
instead of
why.
having real women on their shirts, they
It's
have
like an
fake
fake women.
And now they can
on
make
their
them
shirt.
children because I mean you can't arrest them if they're not arrest them,
If
but
they're
like
not
literally.
real.
yeah, if
Yeah,
it's just
because
but,
they're not real.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So it's fine.
So that's
Damn,
why.
the loopholes
smart.
Thank you.
continue.
It happened in I think the First or Second World War, and they
Oh
prohibited.
damn.
Yeah, and I'm like.
That makes so much sense. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's not okay, but
Yeah.
it makes
But
sense.
also, like, the way they think that, like, teenage girls develop when they're 16,
That's
I'm
what-
like,
that's also what.
okay, also, yeah.
No, this maybe this is just culture insensitive, but typically Asian women are quite small.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So like, Japanese women don't look like that. So who are they trying to portray?
Well, it's someone that's not real. It's combining like so many different concepts of
Yeah.
like, Western like ideals,
Yeah.
and then also, I don't know, they put their spin on. Like it's just weird, and
I
it makes
mean,
me
I suppose if
uncomfortable
it's
sometimes.
animated, they may as well.
yeah, I mean, go crazy.
Yeah,
Look
it
like
doesn't
it.
have to look real. They can make them have unrealistic. It's like a Barbie
Like
doll
pink.
kind of
Yeah.
proportion.
Yeah.
But to be fair, to be honest, I feel like the majority of the demand isn't from Japan.
No,
it's from
it's from,
Western.
So it's from Western.
culture.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is
I
true.
know.
And
It's
then
so
it just
popularized.
brings in so many other things, and like the kind of people that really
Oh,
sport that kind of
associate with
weird.
that kind of thing.
Can we call them weirdos?
It's like
That's
what I
we're
was
calling
saying
Yeah.
with
Yay.
a certain person who I suppose I can't name now.
them. That's what I said, a certain person.
So
figure it out
Frog.
later on.
Yeah,
Anyway, so him, he's a lad, right?
yeah.
Pretty solid dude. He actually like no
In the club,
joke.
we're like,
No
I'm not
joke.
really
He's
vague.
actually probably like one of the nicest guys in the grade.
Yeah.
I'll
But
take your word for it.
he's had a bit of a history with I'm sure you guys, if any of you follow him on Instagram, with
yeah.
him posting like a chick in a bikini, and it's like as well like,
Really?
and it's like why, and then like his profile picture was something similar on his Instagram for a
Yeah.
while, and then his school profile picture.
Yeah, his Google photo.
It's like an illustration, like I was saying last night, of this guy, skinny looking lad in a bed with these two girls with
Skinny
huge
looking lad.
boobs. And I'm like, brother, you going to a Catholic school now? And I
Yeah.
don't care that, like, why do you do things like that? And how, I don't understand how someone who's like, genuinely like one of the most decent,
Yeah.
he's so chill
What
and
the
nice.
heck?
And then he's got to go and like, why?
Wait, this is what I don't understand.
I do not have any faith in boys. They always turn out bad.
Yeah, like, I'm just
I
like,
mean, in
what about your
blessing,
siblings? Does your sister not freaking
I mean, you can say that the same thing about a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look at what's her name? Ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
Bro,
true.
when my brother had a chick's name in his bio, when my sister and I gave him the most crap we've ever given anyone, oh
That's
my gosh.
so funny.
What? Like, oh my gosh.
I
you
I don't
cringe
understand why
lord.
people would do that. Like, if I was to have a relationship, I would probably keep it, like, kind of
Low
under.
key.
I think people just
you know what I
do
mean?
that to be like, hey, this is what take
You're
so
like
don't
a really
talk to
private
him.
person, though.
Yeah.
It's just so many things.
Am I really, though?
Yeah.
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 Yes, Imogen,
Yes.
you are.
Like you're
I
not,
don't
you're
think
not
so,
like
though.
You very much
I feel
are.
like
You
I
wouldn't
talk
put
about
a name
myself
in a
all
bio.
the time.
No,
and I'm
you
just
are.
like,
you're
oh my
very,
God.
you're very
Right.
mysterious
Very much
sometimes.
There's
Very
so much about
mysterious
you that I do
thing.
not know.
Are you sure?
Yes.
My life isn't that important. Like, interesting.
Important.
Important. I was gonna say important.
Oh,
I meant-
it kind of is.
I meant
Cut
interesting.
this.
I meant interesting. It's not very interesting. Just saying.
I honestly think people put other people's names in their bios because it's low key, not like insecure, but I'm like, do you just not want? I feel like people only put people's names in their bio
Yeah.
to show it off
Yeah.
or to be like, don't talk to them.
Yeah. But
Or
wouldn't
don't
it,
talk to
well, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it's kind of, sometimes it's cute. Like, you know, but sometimes it's like, why? I don't know, it just depends how they set it up. If they put like their
Or the
username,
or-
if they put their date, if they put just their initials and a heart, then it's kind of like, bruh. But if they
Why?
just put like name, heart, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know. In some very, depending,
It
if they're not 12 years old.
But you know how
kind of
people are
thing.
just like, they have a relationship, like people have relationships and then other people have like online relationships. As in like,
And then when
it's
it's
just flaunted
the kind
everywhere.
of person that changes every couple of months, that's when. But if it's like a long-term thing and they're older, it's like, okay, whatever.
So,
But wouldn't it be worse when you actually break up with them and you're like, gotta edit the bio? Like,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, cause then you make it everyone's. like business, and when it goes away, they'll be like, oh.
Literally, you
wonder.
can check someone's bio to see if they're together or not. Like if there's rumors and stuff. I mean, that's a plus. Maybe.
Yeah, true.
But like,
They didn't do that with us.
what? Yeah, true. I don't have her name in my bio.
First thing, they'll be like, are they dating? Check their bios. Oh, no, they're.
That's really
guess they're
funny.
not.
Can I have an input? Because, like, I was in
No, you
a
can't have an
9-month.
input.
Thank you very much. No, 9-month relationship, never mentioned on social media, like on like Picasso's
Yeah.
Instagram, and it's not like.
Neither.
And just in general, like it wasn't like you don't need to go out and outwardly
It
like
doesn't need to be
declare
a huge
it. It was
thing,
kind
yeah.
of just like
Exactly.
between us, and then if people ask, you kind of obviously
You're like,
you
oh,
don't
yeah.
lie about it. Like you're like, yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, maybe they'll post like a picture together every now and again. That's fine. Okay, people who literally just post about their partners.
Okay,
their
I have
boyfriend
a
or girlfriend.
perfect
Have some
example
more
of
friends.
this, but we don't have a code name for her.
we can make one right
Basically-
now. I'll make one.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's a weird. Yeah, I just like I see that relationship on Instagram.
yeah, and
I
that's
don't-
not
I
that's
don't
not
feel
real.
comfortable.
It's not real. I don't think it's
follow
real.
her.
So
She's kind of fake man. She's getting a brother to help her out.
shall we? Let's have a little squiz.
But yeah, and it's,
Yeah, I don't know.
but it's like every single. Okay, there was this one chick, and I was like, yeah, we're kind of half friends. Like we did, particular sport together, and so I was like, whatever, you follow them. I literally I don't unfollow people very often, like because they annoy me. But far out, I swear to God, every single day it was a selfie with a boyfriend, and I was like, but it wasn't like a kind of that kind of. They were like an old couple relationship.
It's so
If that makes
sexualized.
sense.
Like,
They were like an old couple relationship. So they'd just be
right,
like,
yeah.
buddy. And I'm like, every single day, I'm like, I don't care. If I see another one of these, I'm going to throw a fit. Like,
how much of it? I wonder how much of it is them just wanting to get attention from it, or
Yeah.
wanting to get validation,
or just being obsessed with the
People
person.
make
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
such people get
Like-
such a kick out of like having a relationship.
Eco
Like,
mode.
yucky.
He's also rank, so
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
I
mine
just
was
wish
giving
people
me weird
realize
vibes.
like a bit more that it doesn't like wild relationships, like on the romantic side are like such a big part.
like
of your life.
why?
But it isn't like the defining.
You don't
defining
post
thing.
that on
Yeah.
Instagram and go, oh my god, look how perfect my
like-
love life is.
He's not even.
That's the thing.
He's not even good looking.
Yes.
You go.
No, I think I know. I think I'm
You
gonna
think
agree
I
with
know?
what you say.
I mean, okay, anyway.
Continue.
So, let's just say, so personally, in my morals, you would not go for someone, especially let's say who is more than 2 years older. And I say 2 years because maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to give
Pretty
it
defining moment
anyway.
in like high school
Let's
life.
just say you're 14 and you're happy enough to have an 18-year-old boyfriend. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. But that, whatever. Let's just say that that's you doing you. That opens up your range.
All right, like the wider your year.
Exactly.
your
You
gap
have a
is, there's
lot more people
options.
to choose from, and yet they always choose the crustiest 18-year-olds they can possibly find.
Because those are the only ones.
Yeah,
that'll date
that's what I was
people that are
gonna
younger
say.
than
Like
them.
12 years old.
It's only the
Literally.
crusty
I
ones.
got
It's only the crusty ones that want to date
Literally,
children.
they've always got
Yeah.
like some weird little pedo stash, and then
Literally.
that photo exactly.
Literally that photo.
oh, ew. It's just
That's an Australian culture.
But
Tradies
also
get the
they're so-
ladies.
Yeah.
Stop.
But also, like,
tradies get the little girls.
I don't understand how.
Tradies get the babies.
That's
That's an ad. Bro, speaking of ads, I'm sorry. But
What?
yo, when I'm
Well, that's
driving, I'm not driving because I can't. But well, I can. I just don't. So whenever
Can you
mum,
though?
whenever
How many
mum's
hours
driving,
do you have, Christine?
I have
Moving
maybe
on.
Story.
Sorry.
Anyway, whenever mum's driving and these freaking ads come on the radio, I'm like, how are they allowed? Because they play them during,
Lawnmower one.
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
or the
The ride one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
Not that right.
Yeah.
Not that right.
That type of
years.
ride.
Like they played that during school hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
hear that.
Art
We'd be
class.
like, literally,
We'd be
we'd
like,
have
what
the
hell?
radio going on, and
And
then
then-
the ads. Okay, and you're just like,
The blind ad.
Oh my
That's
God.
a nice.
the blind lady from Wales.
Like that's not even funny. That's just
With a
dumb.
weird set of
Nations.
Yeah.
Nice vertical.
I never got that.
You don't understand that? Yeah, the boy's naked.
A huge set
Yeah.
of
The boy's in the room.
Okay, let's just.
I was so embarrassed, but the blinds look great.
Let's just set this in real life, right? You're
Who the hell
having a
does
shower.
naked yoga?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
The blind lady does too.
And the person knocks on the door and says, "Oh, it's a blind lady."
From where?
From who for a second would think, "Oh, let me just open the door. She said she's blind."
Yeah, exactly.
You dumb no
And
worries.
he's just like in front of her naked.
As I walked to the door, I dropped my towel, and I'm like, "That's all right," thinking she's blind. So I opened the door, and there's this lady with a huge set of Venetians.
How? Like what? Why don't you just leave it on the floor? Like you had to go into the guts of the
I
door.
was so
He's
hesitant
gonna
with the
run
blind
away.
lady. Do you ever just think about it? So they like, you know, they'd have professionals and educated people to come up with the best marketing solutions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And they sit there, these professional people who get paid probably a decent chunk of money, and they think this is the best thing that we can come up with.
I mean,
This will help us.
the fact that we're talking about it now means it's done
true.
something.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
I'm
the
not
thing, I
going
think
to
a
buy
lot
any
of-
blinds from.
Yeah, I figure that a lot of it has to do with like familiarity. Yeah,
Familiarity.
because it's like, yeah, you'll be like, oh, well, I know of that one, so you like
Yeah.
feel kind of more inclined to go with that.
Yeah. But I'm just like, oh my gosh. Even some of the stuff that those radio people say, like I know at night time, like they're allowed to swear at a certain time, they're swear and it doesn't get like
Yeah.
bleeped out. But during school hours, some of the conversation, I'm like, is that allowed?
Yeah, some of them are really like.
Like, do they not get in trouble for having them on during school hours? Like some of the conversations and some of the stuff they say. That takes like the whole sex sells thing to like a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think
the
it's
point where
just
it's like,
being
I thought you meant
funny,
cells as in S and CE.
Sex cells.
No, like
Oh my
a
God.
biology
Zygote?
cell.
Oh.
A prison cell.
A somatic cell?
I'm trying to get the leaf out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Meiosis and mitosis.
I don't know what that is.
Neither.
But I think, I don't know, like, do you think with this whole, and this is going to segue, Boyana will probably know a lot of this because you're doing a whole English thing on it, but in terms of, like, advertisement and how it, like, do you think advertisement has a big impact on, like, audiences? Like, as much as people say, like, oh, this is promoting.
Why would Boyana know about this? I'm so confused.
Because she's doing her, explain your English.
I think it
Oh.
does subconsciously.
I'm confused about the question.
In terms of like, say, you know, with how I'm looking at, you know, body image and then, you know, the whole, if we're being exposed to different extremes in body weight, whether it's underweight, overweight, over time, it's still gonna have some sort of an effect on like, our mentality.
Yeah.
And I think, I 100% think it definitely will affect you.
And that goes back to seeing those naked anime teens.
Imagine seeing a small boy or a small girl, and you see that, you know, growing up.
When you're like,
Like over years of exposure, you're gonna start thinking about, you know, women or sexuality or anything like that in a
Seeing
different
it
way.
on your dad's t-shirt.
Exactly, like
literally.
that you can't not be affected by exposure to something like that.
I feel like, in a way, it makes, in terms of, like, the whole extreme obesity, extreme, like, underweight stuff,
Yeah.
it, like, makes people numb.
I don't think it's quite extreme obesity.
I mean,
it's just like
obesity. Just overweight, underweight type of thing. I feel like, with the heaps of exposure,
underweight. Who are you
I
talking
think
about?
people just become numb to it, and it's no longer taboo. Like, this is the thing that I hate. It's like, they're just like, oh, we're making things not taboo anymore.
Yeah, it's so.
And it's like-
it's just.
There's a difference.
There's
Like, yes, we
yeah.
need to talk about things, but that doesn't mean that things,
Are okay.
that aren't and are appropriate for like
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
situations. Like you still gotta
Exactly.
like, there's certain things you won't talk about at the dinner table because it's not suitable. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you can't ever talk about it. Like you should still
Exactly.
talk about it.
Yeah,
like
but
a time
people
and
who are like
place.
body positivity.
Yeah.
And like posting naked pictures of themselves on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
That,
Not really
that's
the
not
point.
the same thing.
It's like
Yeah.
I've probably
Whole nother
talked about it so many
ballgame.
times, and I don't know much about it. But like, it was this person commenting on it. It was like, this, it was like a volleyball match, and it was like this German team versus another team, which I have no freaking clue where they were from.
Yeah.
But and the German team were wearing bikinis, and the other
seen
team,
that. I've
yeah,
seen
other
that.
team were wearing like the full cover up,
Yeah.
like headscarves and everything.
Yeah.
And this person's been like, oh, you know, see the difference between like freedom and like oppression.
Oh
and
my
then someone is like,
God.
so that German team, their uniform is the bikini. They have to wear the
It's a
bikini.
requirement.
Whereas the other team,
Has a
they
choice.
can, yeah, literally. And it's like, see, it just body positivity. It doesn't
It
mean
doesn't mean you have to go around
wearing-
and like.
We're
you know,
not
wear any
thing.
clothes.
Yeah.
It
That's
can
not what it
be,
means.
if you want to wear like long things and cover up, that's okay. It doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you're like, that's
You're not being
yeah.
body positive.
It's all about this making things not taboo and like shock value.
That's the thing.
and
Shock
just-
value. That's we're
I'm
living in a generation of shock value.
I don't know what
Which
shock
makes-
value is.
Well,
Neither.
Basically,
It's the same reason why people swear in songs and like
Yeah.
in rap.
Oh,
and, like,
I know what you mean.
They're
Yeah,
going for,
yeah,
like, the
okay,
really
yeah.
extremes to really bring
Yeah,
out
and
like,
like
Yeah.
the topics and
Yeah.
stuff. Be
But-
like, ew.
it's like the fact. Well, I mean, it makes sense because we live in a society where we're constantly shown new things and
Yeah, so it's like to
Constantly-
grab our
literally
attention, we
all
need
the
something
time.
crazy, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm going to post a naked
But
picture
that
of myself and
annoys
call
me,
it being
can-
body positive,
which
rather
is
than realizing it's the choice. Like that's what people
Yeah.
forget. Like it's not.
and then that
Yeah.
influences say chick ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the post some questionable photos you shouldn't be
Yeah.
posting because
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
low-key child porn if someone took a screenshot of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how confident you are. It's not
Yeah.
okay if you're
Mm.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got your whole ass out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Like,
sir.
Exactly.
And this is the thing that because people will be like, oh, stop putting girls should be supporting girls. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
This. Oh, I
And
hate
they'll
it
like
so
post and be
much.
like, oh, you know, if you get offended by my bum and all this stuff, it's like that's
Yeah.
not really the case.
That's not what you're going for. You're not trying to
It's just
cover up
like,
you
yeah.
wanting to.
Get
like,
a-
We're trying to
Yeah.
help you not be on an
Oh.
illegal porn site.
like that. This is what like they use and they use and abuse
Yeah.
this whole like body positivity thing to
Yeah.
like cover up the fact that they want this sounds so Karen of me to say, but that they want validation and attention from people.
Yeah.
Because if you were just confident in yourself, you
Mm.
wouldn't make it so apparent that you want people to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
And want, like-
something that was really interesting, like my research was like, the origins of the body positivity movement was like way back in like Victorian times when they were like, stuff this whole thing how women need to be in corsets and have a really tiny
Yeah.
waist. So
Ooh,
just, like, can we just like
here's an
exist as
ankle.
normal people?
yeah.
And then and then it went down the line, and then there was some there was a time of like a really big fat acceptance movement in the 50s, particularly in America, where people felt that they were being like medically kind of stigmatized
Yeah.
because like they were denied certain treatment because they're like, oh, you're overweight, like just go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fix that. But they had something acute at the time, and it's
Yeah.
like you could have helped them.
Yeah.
And then just in general, people just like really having really like they see someone being overweight and they say you're a bad person because
Yeah.
of it, and that's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
that is wrong. But it's different to the kind of fat acceptance we're seeing today.
Yeah.
That's a different story. But then you go into like the 80s and the 90s, and it became like body positivity was people with disabilities, people who've lost limbs,
Yeah.
people who have come out of surgeries and things like
Yeah.
that, and being like, this is my body and it's okay. It wasn't
Yeah.
about your size
Yeah, it
all
was
the
about
time.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then now we have today, and now it's almost just gone back to the whole being overweight thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all we're exposed to with body positivity,
Yeah.
really. And then people use it to kind of, like, it's been like so commercialized, and people are using it for such
Exactly.
select reasons,
Yeah.
forgetting
Yeah.
what it's
Yeah,
actually
lit-
about.
and it's
Yeah.
so frustrating because, like, I mean, personally, it's like for those high-end brands, if they want to use little stick models, do that.
Yeah.
That's your thing or whatever. But I just mean like in general, it's like it feels like there's like two types of bodies in the industry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got your skinny ones, and then you got your
Plus
your
size.
fat representatives kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And then even with those plus size, they'll be like
Exactly,
they'll be
they're not
nice and
even, like,
curved
plus
and
size,
they'll
I
have
swear to
long
God,
legs
all
and
the
stuff
time.
like
They're
that.
like plus size, but the ratios.
Yeah,
are so
perfect. And like, no,
exact.
I want
It's
someone with like a
tiny
pot belly
waist.
and really
Yeah.
short legs. Like,
Yeah.
But like that's the thing with like certain sites, like Fashion Nova,
yeah.
like all their
Oh, that's
women
so
are like curvy.
Yeah. But they're like
I
good
swear they're
curvy.
They're good
Photoshopped.
curvy. They're like
Yeah.
fully hourglass, and I'm like, what if you don't have a butt?
I swear
And
some
like
of
to pull
those
off
are
those jeans.
photoshopped.
Like, what
though.
if you don't have boobs to like show off?
But
You know
the
what I mean?
thing that's so I hate it so much. It's like this movement was something, and these people are using it to excuse their bad habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because especially the main issue is that you're a child.
Yeah.
You're a child,
Yeah.
and you can't you can't excuse yourself wanting to act like an adult. Like you don't have
Yeah,
that
just
kind
because,
of
like-
authority over yourself.
Exactly.
You are a child. Like you
And-
can't exist on your own in the world. You
Yeah.
can't make the decision to go and do this, and
Yeah.
especially because it's illegal as well.
Yeah.
If someone takes it and uses it for the
Yeah.
wrong thing,
Yeah.
like,
And like that's just it's kind of scary. Yeah, not to call her Karen, but like with the internet and everything, people are just like we were saying, so exposed to everything all the time, and like
Exactly. Yeah.
just so much that it's just constant and so many things, and it's so influential. And like I talked about in my English thing, really depression culture,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
with that thing with like the kind of wrong twist on the body positivity
yeah.
movement, and just things like that. And it's like just kids are getting so influenced, and I feel like they're not and again, also like with the slang that we were talking about last night, how we don't really have our own slang. Everything's just internet slang.
Yeah.
No one really develops their own things and their own quirks. It's all based off some trend, some niche on the internet
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, not all of it, but it feels like a lot of it is.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a big influence.
We have
sure.
code names. We have like I guess inside jokes are kind of different, but like it's a bit different.
Yeah.
But you know how people have like worldwide
Inside jokes.
Inside jokes
It feels
now.
like that.
Just memes.
worldwide
thing.
inside
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what they are.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know they've circulated around for a really long time,
Mm.
but people forget that like you need like real friends.
Yeah.
I think,
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
you know what I mean.
I just wonder if, like, when people are doing these, like, that plus size muscle Tessa, whatever her name is.
That's the thing. It's like, you know, they were like, wow, look, we're challenging the norm. But it's
That's
like,
not the
you're promoting,
point.
like, the thing, like, the reason why people were so pissed about, like, that whole, like, really thin ideal is because, first of all, it's so unachievable for, like,
Yeah.
90%
And
of
they
the
have to
population.
do so
Yes.
much to
Second of
keep
all,
it
it's
up.
unhealthy because of, like,
Yeah.
think about the modeling industry and it's been exposed
Yeah.
now. You know, the anorexia that's going on, the bulimia, all the things
Yeah.
like that. And then, and then you go and you're, like, promoting the other end. Like, no, like, don't be, like, radicalism is not the answer.
Gosh.
Like, can't we
They're
give,
not
like,
just asking for just
yeah.
a norm, like, I don't know, what's normal?
Just like like
just a
promoting
typical
health
basic-
rather than image,
like,
and it keeps
yeah.
reinforcing
Yeah.
like how important your image is.
Yeah.
Like just like keeping it focusing on, like on the body rather than like every other aspect of a person.
So also like you know how we talk about like oh yeah we like more curvy models and everything, but I feel like it's the other way as well. Like you know how like a lot of models they're like skinny.
Yeah.
The thing is like I'm considered like a pretty
Pretty much a
skinny
model
person.
body.
skinny person, but the
Yeah.
thing is I would have to lose like another 10 kilos to be
And that's
considered a model.
terrifying.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm already like not.
There's
I'm
nothing on you.
I'm considered underweight in the crap BMI scale. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so I would have to lose another 10 kilos to be a model
Yeah.
and everything. And like, I don't
It's just-
understand that.
that's-
Like,
and
And they're
that's
probably the
such,
same height as like a
that's-
model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's such like radicalism.
And they are
Yeah.
fully grown women.
Yeah.
You're a child still. and
I'm
you're
literally a
not, like-
child.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrifying.
That's yeah.
And-
That's
oh,
what's scary
so
about the
many-
modeling industry, how they like sweep up like you know, like
Children.
really young teenagers
Yeah.
and children, and like they kind of groom them to grow up to be
And they
models, and they
give
really
these
reinforce
toxic-
these really
yeah.
toxic like ideas
Yeah.
about how to maintain like you know a certain body.
And certain ethnicities, like everything usually that we see online, it's just like, oh, it's a white person.
Yeah.
Or it's just
But-
like,
yeah.
that's it.
In saying that, another thing. Wait, I'll let you say what you're gonna say. But the whole with now, like breaking.
She keeps talking.
breaking the I don't know, just trying to break. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you've got people who are faking to just get some. Like the amount of people that have faked having heterochronia.
Oh my god, I
Like
watched
that
some
stupid
videos
model.
about that. Yeah, yeah.
Dumb
God.
bitch. Oh,
And like it looked
stupid
different in every
woman.
photo, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?
And then
You're not
people
even doing it well."
that
Like-
like
Yeah, if you're gonna
fake
lie,
being
do it
trans.
properly.
Transracial.
Yeah. Oh my Jesus.
Oh,
Christ. Oh, sorry.
Ah.
Oh my God.
Okay, but
Anyway,
what
go.
I was, this whole like, because I feel like from, you know, your 2000s, 2010s to now,
Yeah.
it kind of moved from the whole skinny to more skinny. to like sorry. to like the more kind
I
of
hate that.
like
It's like
fit
you gotta
and
be
strong
like
is like the
thick
kind of
but like
trend.
skinny at the same time.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
have like
Slim
a
thick.
baby. That's it's a slim
Hey,
thing.
But I feel like that whole kind of health thing is like so popular now. But this thing I like that annoys me is that it's still defined by how your body looks.
Yeah.
So if you like I've ranted about this many times before, but it's like, you know, genetics and just little things play such a big role in things like that. So you'll have a person who has a terrible lifestyle or a very unhealthy mindset, but they look fit and they look happy and they look
Yeah.
great. So it's like they have a healthy lifestyle, and then you have someone who maybe isn't so much, and then you kind of
yeah.
and
That's the
then
thing,
that
health
means
is image. Like,
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
it's
Which is very
they're portraying
sad
it as an
because-
image.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very sad because, like, you know, you should try and be healthy. You should
Yeah.
try and eat healthy and
Then it's like on the
everything.
flip side of that, like you can't deny the health risks associated with being underweight.
Oh,
or being
100%.
overweight.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And then
And that's the thing, you should
yeah.
be eating healthy for you and to like so
Yeah.
that you don't like die and that you can live a
Exactly.
good life.
Yeah.
But also,
Not
you
to
don't have to,
look a
like, cut
certain
out sugar
way.
Yeah.
entirely, otherwise you'll
it doesn't have to be so extreme.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
it doesn't have to be
extreme.
extreme.
Like you
That's
can
the
have
thing.
weekends like this where we eat popcorn for breakfast and crepes and stuff.
Yeah.
4 packets of popcorn.
Yeah.
Two
Three
drumstick
bags
ice
of
creams.
popcorn.
We've still got another one to eat. You can have
yeah.
weekends like that and not die.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
you can eat cheese and just
Cheese is
Yeah.
great.
You don't have to go full cold turkey either.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh my god,
exactly.
I'm cutting out
And
sugar
but,
like every
that
single
never
bit.
you want
works.
to do
Yeah.
that.
It never works.
If that's like for you, go for it. But that doesn't have to be what it is.
I feel like
Yeah, and it shouldn't be the norm either.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like one thing, like this chick that I watch on YouTube, Sarah's Day, her whole thing
Oh.
is like, you should be eating and doing exercise to feel good, not to look good.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
though I'm not gonna lie. Okay, no hate on her, but a little bit because it's like she will say things like that.
Is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah's Day. Oh, she's not the only one. There's heaps of them like that. She's an Australian lifestyle
Like a
kind of
beauty-
fitness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she yeah, she'll say things like that, and she says some really good things.
Yeah.
But even though she is saying you should be doing this to
Yeah.
feel good, she's still like talking about how oh, she wants her abs more defined, she wants her legs more this, and
Yeah.
and I
that's
know
true.
it's like a personal thing and everyone's got their own, but it's like, it's kind of a bit, like, yes, you should just be, but you shouldn't be like training this certain, you can if you want, but it shouldn't be like, oh, I want this more, like, and also,
Yeah.
she had a child,
Yeah, I don't
like-
know where that went.
Yeah.
and then, yeah,
Not the child though.
yeah, but yeah, so she literally was a mother, and it's got to just get back into the body that she had before, like, it's never going to be, your body's never going to be the same.
That is like this freaking.
But she's not the only one, but she's an example.
Yeah, I feel like that leads into veganism.
Oh, one more.
I feel like I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to go, why did such stupid things come out of my mouth?
I mean, like, my voice sounds like that. You guys have to listen
why
to
do I
it.
sound like a doctor?
You've spent 3 days with me and you're putting up with it.
Like she had a child. She's like 18. So she's a year older than.
That scares me. Okay, when I like,
Teen mums.
this sounds really bad.
Ew.
But this sounds really bad. But when I like was younger and you talk about like teen mums,
Yeah.
to me, someone like 14 or 15 would be like, damn, that's outrageous. Whereas a 16 to 17 was a little bit, because they seemed so
Yeah,
old.
It seems very.
But now I
Yeah.
Now we're here. And
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
Imagine
I
being a
don't
mum at 22.
yeah.
Yeah,
But, like,
and I'm
imagine having
literally,
a
when I was
child
gonna have
now.
a child.
And people who strive for that to be their, like,
Okay,
Like,
the
that's
amount of
their
times Ruben in
dream.
English in grade 10 was just like, oh, I want, like, yelling out, like, I want to have a baby. Like, no, you're 12. Okay, you're not 12. You're like 15, bro. You can't do
Yeah.
that.
her on a
have a job,
Snapchat.
She
like-
can try.
Watch me.
I think about like my
The amount of
auntie.
Why don't
My
you
auntie
Snapchat?
had like a child at 14. It's like I know a lot of people that had children
Yeah.
like really young,
Young.
and then it's funny how like it's dealt with so differently in different cultures.
But I feel like it's so different because I feel like just in that kind of situation, not that kind of, this
Yeah.
kind of ribbon situation,
Yeah.
it's such like a weird, kinky kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's
whereas
not
with
like
that,
a-
it's more like, I just get more, I mean, even though they're way too young,
Yeah.
more just like family vibes.
Yeah.
Not like, yeah, I just want to like do it.
I mean, some people
like,
are
it's
low-key
just the
that, but
experience.
It is different for some reason.
What the frick is it? I don't understand how she. But she was like full pregnant. She was hella pregnant.
And then it's gone.
And then it freaking disappeared.
Wait, you're kidding?
No, literally, like.
Yeah, people
You
who
need to see
think,
it.
like, that their body's going to be the
Oh,
same
yeah, it
after
was like-
pregnancy, I'm like,
Yeah. Kim Kardashian's
This
trainer.
chick looked better.
Kim
Oh,
Child. Have you
God.
seen her freaking transformation? It was crazy.
It's just like,
And like
It's
she had a
kind
child.
yeah, it's like unhealthy for the mother to be like, you shouldn't be I mean, you know,
You do you.
yeah,
boo.
yeah, but like, and you should, look after yourself. Yeah,
But anyway.
it's like you made a life. You do not have to get those abs back straight away.
no.
That was
Like,
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah.
stomach was freaking huge. You made a thing, and now like, maybe your legs aren't as toned as they were before you were pregnant. It's because you weren't a freaking mother. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I think there is some type of pressure for like women to get back in shape after the
Yeah.
Especially women that
Had
are already
children.
in like the fitness industry.
exactly
Yes,
or
yes.
have a
And they had, before that happened,
Yeah.
it was so much of that focus was like on how they looked.
yeah
And like, also I feel like it's just praised so much if like, which is, it's like good on you. But that, I feel like that makes them you know,
Yeah.
if you like bounce back kind of thing, and like you look like pretty much how you looked off before you got pregnant, it's like, oh damn, like go her kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's like
because and the thing is, as a personal
That's right.
preference, if someone wants to like, kind of you know, if they want to, you know, I want to, you know, get back to my state before, like, or close to before I was pregnant, like I think that's a fine goal to have
Yeah.
personally. It's just like when it goes to like these people,
Yeah.
and they're like really promoting it as a thing that's like so desired.
Yeah.
And
it
because
has
they have
to
such
happen.
a platform, I think
Yeah.
people don't realize how much like
Influence.
people they
And it's
like are
such an
exposed to.
yeah, and like yeah, like you said, it is good to want to get back in shape, because yeah, it is very easy for a lot of mothers and stuff to kind of lose that afterwards. But yeah, just to kind of accept that you're not going to look the exact same you did when you were 23,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, just, and even if they can say all these things about how like, oh, you shouldn't, you should train to like feel good, and like, you know, even if I want my arms more toned, that's just my personal thing. Don't be
Yeah.
like, but it's still, even if you say those things and people get it, it's still, there's still that subconscious kind of influence and like pressure.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
kind
of course.
The
be
thing
like-
that I hate is like the way the media handles celebrities after pregnancy is so cruel.
Oh,
Like
really?
so and so really let themselves go. I'm like,
Bro,
Dude,
Oh.
they had a child. They
They
made
had
a human.
Like,
seen those things,
if-
some of the, like,
oh,
they'll be at the
gosh.
beach or something, and I'm like, comment.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Jeez.
can I see you in a bikini? I don't want to, but
Yeah.
like, but you know, it's like they're just
And I just
a human being.
I wonder, it's like, was that a woman or a man that wrote that article? Because if it was a woman, stuff you. And
if
if
you
you've
was a
ever had,
man,
Stuff you.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're still a dickhead, but like a woman, like you'd think you would have
Especially
some type of understanding.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a mother and you've
I
had
feel
children
like some
before.
people are just so small-minded and just don't get it.
Also, like, people who, like, you know, those fitness people, and they have children, and they obviously go to the extreme to get their bodies back, but also they don't feed their child right. Like, they give them like a vegan diet or something. You know what I mean?
Bro, I can go on forever about
like,
vegan
yeah.
like kids.
But,
His-
you know, like,
That's a really
they
just
need
veganism in
nutrients
general.
like-
for a reason.
in like Italy or something. They like banned your kid can't be vegan.
Good.
But the thing that annoys me is I don't know anything about veganism, but I don't know. I feel like maybe you could probably get away with it if you get the nutrients you would get from like meat and stuff.
Yeah.
So these influencers, these whatever, who have kids who are vegan, a lot of them most of the time have like, they know what they're doing, they have a lot of experience, so they can kind of cater for their child.
Yes,
Yeah.
Whereas they're
people that, like,
they're people who
people
are
that
following
watch them,
them
yeah.
will be like, oh my god, my kid could be vegan too, and then they just feed them like carrots, and they
yeah.
die. Like
I feel like they don't
Literally.
understand that like adults have different nutrition like intake than children,
Yeah.
and just because you can survive with just eating a
scale it
salad
down.
Yeah,
every
literally, it
day
doesn't work like that.
doesn't mean your child can just eat a salad every day. Like,
like
there's,
a
children
smoothie with
growing.
12
How much
different
growing
fruits.
happens?
do people
Yeah.
forget that like evolution is the thing, and that veganism wasn't a thing back then, and like this is what people, and this is how the
not,
human
like-
developed.
Yeah, humans
And
developed
been
from
developing.
eating,
They've
like,
been
meat
developed.
and
Yeah.
fats
From
and
omnivores to herbivores.
I respect the whole it's
Imagine.
shopping from places where it's like trying to be as like ethical as
Yeah.
possible.
Of course,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
I
don't
get
know why
that.
that's always equated with veganism.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and
just
being ethical doesn't
No,
mean you need to
yeah,
be
You know the
vegan.
thing I don't
Yeah.
understand? If you're, because I feel like a lot of the time veganism will be because of that like animal cruelty thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you own a chicken and you get their eggs and you like kind of think, well, can't you technically eat the eggs? Because like you know for a fact the chicken is not being abused. The eggs, they weren't
They're
going to
not- they're-
amount to
yeah,
anything.
they
They were
weren't
just going to
alive.
rot.
Yeah.
So like, does that not technically mean they can eat eggs if they have a chicken?
Oh,
But
yeah,
also, like,
it's-
honey, like, you don't leave honey in, like, the beehive because it doesn't,
Yeah.
like, it's supposed to be, like, filtered out and
Yeah.
everything. Like, it's not hurting the bees to make honey. It's
The bees
literally...
to
I
make
think it comes
honeys.
from- yeah, like,
To make
like a source
honeys.
of ethics.
Yeah.
To put on the
this
t-shirt.
is what's so annoying, and it's like
And it's so trendy.
I-
I'm sorry,
oh,
but like
yeah.
veganism is amazing.
I understand if people want to do it for like dietary reasons, they want to like go crazy, but don't use this freaking argument. I think people forget. I know we're humans, and you know we're obviously the most evolved, but we are the top of the food chain,
Yeah,
and we are still
We are,
animals.
Yes.
Are you gonna get pissed off at a lion for eating a zebra?
Yeah, exactly.
You should be vegan, you stupid cow.
Yeah, and the people that make their dogs vegan, you need to
Yeah.
eat meat. You are
do
losing
that?
brain cells.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
make their pets vegan, and I'm like,
Bro.
Do you want it to survive?
Like, they've survived for centuries, like,
And that's
being wild.
exactly,
eating
and
that
that's
stuff.
the thing. I feel like the only people
That's
to
how they
do that
became what they are.
Exactly.
wouldn't be doing it for dietary requirements. Obviously, they would be doing it for, like, don't kill the animals. But then you're, like, technically holding, like, an animal in a place it shouldn't be, so they shouldn't have that dog in the first place.
Yeah. Literally, the thing is with these things, the more that they push this whole radical thing, you can literally pull it all the way back. Like how, like, don't hurt living things. Yeah, well, plants are living, they are life, and you are eating them.
We're also making books out of them.
You also-
and, like,
yeah.
tables and chairs.
And that stuff that you use every day, it contributes to pollution, which kills
exactly.
animals anyway. So it's like, and some people, I'm like,
it comes full circle.
every time. And this is why when you put things on such a minuscule scale on one side, you can't get mad if the other side does the same to, like, argue your point. The hell? Like, we can go to the extreme on both ends. But I think the main, like, middle ground thing is that just respect, like, you need to respect animals and, like, give them a good life while they're alive.
Yeah.
And just be grateful that you can, like...
That's the thing. It's like I would protest against factory farming and everything. I'm
Yeah.
standing with them.
Yeah.
Like I feel really strongly about the ethics side of like raising, I guess, livestock and
I get
animals
that,
for food.
Yeah.
100%. Like I'm never refuting that. I'm just saying, like, yes, food, because that's biologically what we've been doing for donkeys, and it's it's a requirement.
Yeah.
And the thing,
Changing.
if it, like, I feel like, the human race, at least for, like, Western culture, consume a huge amount of meat, like, compared to what we need to have. Like, we eat so much more. Like, you literally probably, like, for example, in a meal, if you, like, had a steak, you'd only need, like, a wee one.
Yeah.
You don't need a freaking huge plate-sized steak. So that's, like, things like that happening all the time everywhere. Like, even, like, our dinners, it's like the main thing is the meat, and then you've got your veggies and your carbs or whatever. Not the veggies and the carbs are the main thing, and then the meat is like But like, and then that would just obviously make it so much more, because they have such a high demand for meat. They go to these things so that they can and then that hurts the animal and everything. So like, we just eat too much freaking meat. Like, damn.
I just don't think you can tell someone what they can and cannot eat.
Oh yeah.
Because
everyone's opinion is their own.
Exactly.
Like, if you want to be vegan and like you want to live
like,
off
go
lentils and
crazy.
everything,
Don't come and
like,
shove it down my throat.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's the like the chick at Axe that I was telling you guys about.
Yes.
The redhead vegan, and like, because honestly, even if you like tell your friends about it, and be like, oh, you should do this, okay, like once, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, and she was like, she was vegan.
wearing jewelry.
She was
that said
literally
vegan.
which is a bit like extreme. But when one of the girls asked her about it, she was really chill. She was just like, yeah, I just been for this long, and like didn't tell us to like that we should be doing it. She was just like, yeah, just personally, I think it's better. This guy was being such an ass about it. He was so rude. But I was like, wow, she wasn't like being like, oh, you guys should do this, it's horrible, you guys are killing the animals. But she was just like, yeah, it's a personal thing kind of thing, I'd rather not.
This is what I think people need to get in their heads. It's like, if you want to do it, okay. As long as it's not hurting anyone else or yourself, do it. But don't force other people to conform.
Yeah, as long as it's not hurting other people, that includes your kids and your pets.
Exactly. Stop feeding your pets just soybeans.
And stop feeding your children just carrots.
This is not.
They need more than carrots, especially your brother.
No,
he needs to cut
carrots
back.
and then he has cold taco meat. It's not what.
Lovely.
Is that what you mean? We call
Cold
it taco
taco
meat in a wrap with some cheese. And some tomato sauce, and that's what he eats. So he eats that and carrots. So he makes some interesting smells.
My lunch choices as a child.
He makes some interesting.
They're so terrible.
Also, I need to add, this is a pretty good conversation considering we only had like 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, when you say 5 hours, it sounds like reasonable.
Yeah.
4 hours.
We went to sleep at 5 in the morning.
Yes.
And we woke up at like 9.
So that's
4 hours.
Sorry.
6:30.
Good maths, folks.
Yeah.
2 hours.
This is why I'm in general.
Okay, let's end this.
Alrighty.
Finally.
Should we sign off or anything?
How do you do that?
So how should we approach it? Should it?
Goodbye.
I think we should have not like an